Good morning. You join me again at the beginning of another video. Like I mentioned at the end of my last one, I'm going away this weekend, so I thought I would take you along with me. This is very similar to how my last sort of vloggy style video started, but I think I'm a little bit more prepared for it this time, so hopefully the video is better and I hope you enjoy it. But yeah, I think we're going to start the weekend by going for breakfast, which is lovely. So, full disclosure, we did go for breakfast. I was just a terrible YouTube person and I didn't film any of it. So what you're seeing now is clips from the rest of the day that we spent in Chichester. Good morning. It is day 2 of our weekend. This is my sister.
Hello, Mum. I'm famous.
It is currently 6:24 in the morning and we are about to leave the hotel and get the train to London. Interesting night. We were woken up at 4 o'clock by the fire alarm. Seemed like general consensus was no one evacuated, so it was a false alarm and everyone's fine. But as you can see, we've all gone slightly delirious because we've been up an hour longer than we should have on what was already going to be a very long day. So, yeah. Right, we've decided we're going to do outfit of the day because why not? Monsoon years ago, inherited. Hellbenny dress, cherry vintage Chichester. Boots are TK Maxx, go.
Okay, so this was Hannah's. This was also Hannah's. This was a gift from Australia, from people I do not talk to anymore. This is, I don't remember, I think it was from Damage Society, but again, that was from Mum. TK Maxx skirt, hell yeah. Both of the tights are from Amazon, and then the shorts are cycling shorts, also from TK Maxx, and the socks I think were also from TK Maxx.
So after a surprisingly stressful drive to Portsmouth, we managed to get the train to London. Running order of the day was we wanted to see as many Christmas lights as possible, and we were going to the theatre in the evening. So here you will see many a clip of Covent Garden at Christmas. If you are not local, I would recommend going just for the atmosphere. If you know London and if you know Covent Garden, it was just as busy as you would expect it to be. I did think that maybe because we were slightly further out from Christmas, it wouldn't be quite as busy, but I think it might have actually been busier than some of the times I've been in December. But I will leave you with some of this lovely footage now because there is nowhere more Christmassy, I don't think.
Oh, that's a nice picture, Hannah.
We made it to Southwark Playhouse Elephant, which is not a theatre that I'd ever been to before. We were actually 2 hours early for the show because we just wanted somewhere that was dry and warm to sit. And luckily the people in there were kind enough to let us sit in the foyer area. When the bar opened, I had to sample their show cocktail. I believe this one was called the Lucky Number 7, and I would definitely recommend. And then we took some time having a look round the theatre at their pre-show area. This is a show that my sister has been a big fan of for years, and I was really interested in seeing. And as you can see, we had pretty fantastic seats. We were the second row back, right in the centre there. I will be back at the very end of this video to give some more of my thoughts on this show. But as you can see, we had pretty fantastic seats. We were the second row back, and we were right in the middle. After that, it was time to catch the train back to the hotel. It had been a really long day by this point. Like I said, we'd been up since 4 o'clock in the morning, and we were all really starting to feel just how long we had been awake. It's day 3 of the trip. Yay! Bethan, how are you feeling? Tired. We got in at like 1:30 last night. How was the show?
I like it.
Good.
Watch it. Do the thing.
There we go.
Buy tickets. Do it because I want to see it on Broadway so they can do the fly thing. Thank you.
Minor spoilers, but...
Oh.
Yeah.
They don't do the fly thing, so that's okay. That's not a spoiler. Don't. Nothing happened. Bye.
I'll talk to you more about it at the end of the video. But yeah, consider that Bethan's review. Day 3 we spent in Winchester, which, if you don't know, is the city that I did my university degree in. I spent 4 years there, so I always try and go back as much as I can. The Arc currently has 2 new exhibitions, so the one on the City Space mezzanine level, which you're seeing now, is by a local artist called Eileen White, and the second exhibition was in their main gallery space, and that is a William Morris exhibition. Enjoyed these clips of the Eileen White exhibition. There was a sign saying no filming or photography in the William Morris one, so if anyone is interested in that, I would highly recommend going and taking a look. Tickets, I believe, were £5 or thereabout, and it was well worth the money to go in. What I have and haven't filmed today. The last 3 days have been really quite tiring, and I think me and my mum and sister, who have left now, are all feeling very, very tired. I think going straight from a full day out on Friday into what became a very, very long day on Saturday, and then spending all of Sunday at Winchester Christmas Market was maybe a little bit adventurous. So it was really, really lovely. I mean, I think there was a clip, if it's been included, I'll double check it with my sister, but if it's been included, I took a clip this morning of me and my sister getting ready and talking a little bit about yesterday in London, where I think I might have mentioned that we didn't get back to the hotel until about 1:30 in the morning because we went to see a show in the evening, so that started at 7. It was a 90-minute show, so we didn't get the train out of Waterloo until 10 o'clock, and then it was a 2-hour train drive, 2-hour something train, and then we had to drive from Portsmouth back to the hotel we were staying at. So it ended up being a very, very late night, and we wanted to have a full day at the Christmas market today, so we thought we'll just push through. And so we got up at about 6:30, 7 o'clock again this morning. But it was a really, really lovely weekend, and we had a fantastic day in London. I tried to take as many videos as I could of some of the Christmas lights and the places that we went. Like I mentioned before, I'm still not completely comfortable getting my phone out in London, and there were certain places where I was just not willing to take the risk. But I did get a lot more clips this time, so hopefully you enjoyed that. I think I'll really enjoy looking back on this one because it has been such a lovely weekend. But I just wanted to jump on at the end here to give a little bit of a, not review, because like I've mentioned before, I'm not a reviewer, but some thoughts on our trip to Ride the Cyclone, which was at Southwark Playhouse Elephant, which is not a theatre that I've been to before, but it was a really, really lovely space. It reminded me a little bit of either a big upstairs at the Gatehouse or a slightly smaller Donmar. It was somewhere in between, and those are two theatres that I really love. And the show was amazing. It was surprisingly emotional. I didn't think I've heard the music from it before and I've never got emotional, but I really did. The cast were absolutely phenomenal. If you do have the chance to go and see this show, I would highly, highly recommend it. I know it's selling really well, and I think a lot of the nights now are returns only for tickets, but I am tempted to see if I can get tickets again before it closes, just because it was such an amazing show. I picked up the programme, which I've got in my hand here, so I don't know if you can see that. There it is. It's a teeny tiny programme, and I kind of love it. It's sort of CD case size. Programmes are my number one thing that I sort of collect from shows. It's programmes and pin badges, they're my two. And I always really struggle with what to do with my programmes, because I've got ones from, like, the Evita one is massive, the Gatsby one is massive, and they're lovely. But it's like, where do you put them afterwards? But of course I'm going to keep buying them. But if more shows want to go to programmes this size, that's great, because you can also get CD case frames, can't you? And sort of the smaller, I think 9-inch vinyl frames. And this would fit in there. So when it gets to a point where I've got my own place where I can put stuff on walls, this might get framed, because the artwork is beautiful and it sort of speaks to the quality of the set and everything as well. The set was so stunning. I think there's a couple of video clips from yesterday for me, but as you're watching this from London, a couple of video clips of the stage. I didn't film anything, and we got an email before the show started, or a couple of days before the show, saying please don't film the curtain call, which of course I didn't. I wouldn't want to film it if they don't want people to know, and I'm not going to spoil anything here, but it's a really good show. And I will say a lot of the people in the audience were quite clearly die-hard fans of this show. I'm not. I like the music and I know it, and I think I watched the Wait in the Wings documentary on it a couple of months ago and was obviously interested in it. And as soon as the tickets came out, I got them because it was something I was interested in seeing, but I don't have any sort of die-hard connection to it. But every single person in that theatre, it seemed, left feeling satisfied with what they saw. So all of the people who were already fans of it left happy, and there was 2 people sat behind us who I kind of wish I turned around and spoken to, because they were just having the best time. And also they were making some really sort of astute observations about things which were really interesting. So if this happens to come across the For You page of those people, reach out. Your conversation sounded really interesting. So those people left happy, and then people like me and my mum who have heard the music but don't know too much about it were also happy, because there was nothing that you sort of needed to know in advance. It still worked as a show. It was just brilliant. And I've come to realise I really love a 90-minute show, and there was no interval, and it ran a little bit like Six. The setup of the show is a little bit like Six, or strangely Cats, where each character sort of has a song trying to sort of promote themselves. I will do a very, very quick rundown on the plot. I'm not going to spoil anything, but as I was trying to explain things then, I realised you kind of need a bit of an overview. So basically, the plot of this show is a group of kids from a choir go on a roller coaster called the Cyclone, and it derails and they all die. And the rest of the show is them all singing to figure out who's going to be the one to get brought back to life. and the person overseeing it is a fortune-telling machine. So they all have to sort of sing a song to say why they should be the one to go back. And I'm not going to say any more than that, but every single character has a very different style, a very different song, which is why I was saying it's a bit like Six, in the fact that each of the queens has their very own style, their own song, but they all sort of work together to make this one story. So yeah, if you have the chance to go and see it, I would recommend. If you have tickets to go and see it, have a fantastic time, because you'll love it. It was really... I've decided my next video is going to be like me going through all the shows I've seen this year, and I was originally going to rank them. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that, I genuinely don't, because I've seen so many good shows this year, some really, really amazing theatre, but they've all been good for different reasons, and I just don't know if I can put any against... I can't put one above the other in a lot of cases. So if you're interested in sort of seeing a bit more about the shows that I've seen this year, tune in next week, because that's going to be what I am going over. But yeah, this is another one that sort of shot straight to the top of the list. It was really, really, really good. And then, just to move on, just to sort of finish the video off, today we went to Winchester Christmas Market, which opened on Friday, opened on the 21st. It was busy, as it always is. I actually went to university in Winchester, so I was there for 4 years, living there. So I have been before, and now that I'm not too far away, it's quite easy for me to go down and sort of see the Christmas market. They've got some really good stall holders this year, some really nice food and drink options, fantastic mulled wine if anyone's a fan. I am very much in the Christmas mood now with the bedding, and the Christmas jumper got cracked out today as well. And it was just a lovely start to the season, so I'm feeling very, very festive. I have some plans for this week now to sort of finish off all of my Christmas presents and get as much of my Christmas wrapping done as possible, so that I have time on the weekend to edit and upload my next video, which is probably going to be filmed at some point this week. So yeah, it's a little bit more vloggy. I was brave enough to talk to my camera outside of my room, and yeah, hopefully this works. I've really enjoyed filming this. I think this might be a little bit more like my type of niche. I think that's pretty much it for this video. I just wanted to sort of tie everything up at the end. I'm still not brave enough to talk to my camera out in public, so you didn't hear me talking through most of this. I was brave enough to talk in the hotel room, and you'll see my sister was all on board for that as well, so that was really fun, getting her a little bit involved. She's watched all of my videos, which makes me feel a little bit sort of perceived. It was really fun to do this one, and I think I'm going to try and do it sort of, if I've ever got anything nice happening, I'm going to keep doing them. I really enjoyed it. I hope you did too. If you like this video, drop a like down below. If you want to see more of me, subscribe. So yeah, I think that's it until next week now. Thank you for watching. If you want to keep more up to date, check out my Instagram. I will leave my Instagram handle in the description. It is the same as my name on here, so not too difficult to find, but I will be posting some pictures from this weekend over on there, and I tend to post a lot more about my reading updates. Just a little tag on the end, my reading video, my book related video last week did not do fantastic. I wasn't really expecting it to though. I don't think that booktube is my place. I think I'm very much more at home talking about theatre, so this is where I will stay for now. And yeah, I hope that this has been interesting for you. So thank you so much for watching. Bye!